Hello everyone, welcome to the next session of Educational Statistics. Today, we will study three important tools for summarizing data: mean, median, and mode. Together, these are called measures of central tendency, and they help us find the typical value in a dataset. Central tendency is useful because it reduces a large amount of information into a single number that represents the group. Instead of reviewing all individual scores in a class, you can look at one measure to understand overall performance. The first measure is the mean, which most people call the average. You calculate the mean by adding up all values and dividing by the total number of values. For example, if 5 students score 60, 70, 80, 90, and 100, the mean is the sum, which is 400, divided by 5, which equals 80. The mean has strengths. It uses every data point and is easy to understand. But it also has weaknesses. The mean can be affected by extreme values, or outliers. If one student scored 0 while the others scored 80 or above, the mean would drop sharply, giving a false impression of class performance. The second measure is the median. The median is the middle value when all numbers are arranged in order. If there is an odd number of values, it is the exact middle one. If there is an even number of values, it is the average of the two middle ones. For example, for scores 60, 70, 80, 90, and 100, the median is 80. But for scores 60, 70, 80, 90, 95, and 100, the median is the average of 80 and 90, which equals 85. The strength of the median is that it is not influenced by outliers. If one student scores 0, the median may still represent the group fairly. That is why the median is often used in reporting incomes or house prices, where extreme values can distort the mean. However, the median does not consider all data points and may ignore variation across the dataset. The third measure is the mode. The mode is the value that occurs most frequently. In the scores 60, 70, 80, 80, 90, and 100, the mode is 80, because it appears twice. A dataset can have more than one mode if two values appear equally often, or no mode if all values occur only once. The strength of the mode is that it is very easy to identify and is especially useful with categorical data. For example, if most students in your class prefer group discussions, then group discussion is the mode of learning preference. However, the mode may not reflect the actual center of numerical data, and it can be unstable if frequencies are close. Which measure should you use? It depends. If your data is balanced without extreme values, the mean is usually the best. If your data is skewed with outliers, the median is more reliable. If you are working with categories, the mode is the right choice. Sometimes, it is best to report all three, because together they give a fuller picture. Let's look at a local example. In an Indonesian classroom, a teacher calculates the mean score of her students. The mean is 75, but one student who missed the exam scored very low, pulling down the average. The median, however, is 80, which better represents the majority's performance. The teacher realizes that using the median is fairer for reporting in this case. As we close today's session, think about your own exams. Does the mean, median, or mode represent your class results best? Why? Reflecting on this will help you choose the right measure in your future research. Next week, we will move to measures of variability, range, variance, and standard deviation. These will help us understand not just the center of data, but also how spread out the values are. Thank you for joining week 3 of Educational Statistics. Keep practicing with real datasets, and remember, numbers tell stories, but only if we choose the right way to summarize them.